My name is Nico, otherwise known as Flash Poetry. What makes me come alive is the beautiful mystery of connection, of life, and how we can enhance, enrich, enlarge, and exponentially inhabit these things through art. And for me, it's poetry, music. I don't know how many people consciously become full-time freestyle rappers. I think that's more of an incidental thing. I was playing rock music most of my life and always been a writer. I always thought my voice was not the right voice. I didn't have the right look, or I wasn't the right type for the genre. Yeah, it took me a long time to find my own way of doing it. I hadn't seen people like myself or of my temperament represented in the medium of hip hop. It was only later on I kind of discovered like a lot of these niche artists that I love so much that don't really conform to the general cultural zeitgeist of hip hop. It was huge for me to kind of step into my own and see people who were rapping, and they weren't rapping about rapping, they were rapping about things they cared about, and they were rapping about issues that mattered to themselves and about their own emotional journeys, seeing that you could really just be yourself. Yeah, honestly, I'm just dismayed that it took me so long to realize that I just had to be myself. There was an open mic at this place called Crunchy Town, and one night there was a jam on and someone said, hey, get up and freestyle. It's something I'd done a couple of times when I was growing up. I always loved rap and loved the linguistic adventure that it is. And at this night at Crunchy Town, I ended up telling this long story about everything that was in the room and the people around me, and just going for it. People really dug it. And someone said to me at the end of it, like, man, you've got to come back next week and do that. And you've got to go do that on the street because people would love to see that. And the next week I went out with like a boombox. And by the end of it, yeah, I had like $30 in my hat. And it had been like an hour. And I was like, well, that is almost exactly minimum wage. And I was like, well, this is a no-brainer. On so many levels, it is the exact opposite thing that every bone in my body wants to do. When you're in a public place, generally, speaking for myself, the last thing I want to do is draw attention to myself. Now I rock up to places with my speaker, my guitar, my microphone, my giant Flash Poetry sign. I just start rapping and start talking to people and engaging. And if you just go up to someone and talk to them, most of the time you have a beautiful interaction. And I've loved the way that a situation with a stranger where you're not really supposed to engage in a personal or in a meaningful way can become that in a matter of seconds, and all you have to do is throw a beat on and kick a couple of rhymes about their red shoes, and you're there. I've just had so many beautiful interactions. My relationship with humanity has increased dramatically since I started doing this.